Good morning, Laura.
Goedemorgen van Namibia. Hoe gaat het?
And can you tell us what you just said?
That means good morning from Namibia. How are you?
I'm
And
well.
you could reply with goed.
Say that again.
You could reply with goed or ek is goed. I am good.
I am good. I'll just stick with I am good. How's that?
Okay.
Right. Well, I'm glad you can join us. We're excited to hear from you. First of all, will you tell us what you're doing in Namibia right now?
My official capacity is that I'm serving with the United States Peace Corps. They've given me an assignment to work as an elementary school teacher, or as we say in Namibia, a junior secondary teacher, which is the grades 5 through 7. I will be starting to teach math and science in January.
Okay. Can you tell us, why did you choose to do this?
I have been given a lot of good role models throughout life, and as far as volunteering goes, this is the time for me to do 2 years of my life with the Peace Corps, to go somewhere else and find where the Lord has decided to lead me. I'm able to combine both Peace Corps service along with my master's research. Another part of why I'm going to be here is to find my master's research thesis and work on that for the next 2 years. And hopefully by the time I'm done, I will have 2 years of experience in another part of the world, as well as almost be finished with my master's degree.
I know that's exciting, isn't it?
Yes.
And
all rolled up into one.
Oh, that's right. So you've been in Namibia for how long?
Since July 23rd. It's been about 10, 11 weeks now, if I think correctly.
Okay.
I had 9 weeks of training when I first got here. And I've only been at my site, which is in Henties Bay, for the last 2 weeks. So I'm still just finding myself here in my community, but I will be here for the next 2 years.
Okay. So I know it still is early on in the process for you, but can you share some of the impact that this experience has had so far for you?
Yes. What I find a lot about Namibia and Namibians is the people are very diverse, but they keep to their own diversity. By that I mean, I remember one of my trainers saying, when we were talking about the different groups of Namibians, the learners told me it's okay to say tribes, but there's the Ovambo people and the Nama people and the Damara people and the Colors and the Basters and the Whites and the Boers, and then you have Germans around too, and then you have some San people, and everyone keeps to their own group. And what I really noticed is that it's not always open, and it may be harsh to say racism, but every group has a stereotype that they see in the other groups. And it's just so very open. It's open to me when I see how, if I say hello to someone and the person I'm with says, no, don't say hello to them, because they are that group. And that part is very difficult for me, because I know the Lord has made each and every one of us the same in His eyes, but I think those stereotypes prevent people from working together. And I see where I come in as an outsider and I cannot make these changes. In a way, I feel that there's nothing I can do, but it's also made me realize that it's not for me to do. That's the problems and the bickering that I see, I know can only be changed by the Lord. Only Jesus can do that work. That's much too big of a problem for me. So more and more when I think about why did I come here, and on the answers that I put on the form, you have to write nice pretty forms about, I want to change the world. It's not going to be me. More and more I realize that if the change happens here, it's only going to be through Jesus working through me.
Very cool. So you kind of spoke to my next question, but maybe you want to expound a little. And even though you are with an organization that's not religious in nature, how is it through your work that you are helping to build the kingdom of God?
I think the first way I see it is in the learners, the way they responded to me. And I haven't done anything overt. It's also strange here to think that probably 95% or more of the Namibian population considers themselves Christian. So I'm not evangelizing. That's not what I'm doing. That's not what Peace Corps would have me do. But I can still see where I can build the kingdom of God, as you say, be the hands and feet. I'm not doing anything intentional. I'm just being me, and by that, I'm striving to be more like Jesus. And just by trying to be like Jesus, I remember he just meets people where they are at. And a lot of the things that I'm doing are very small, and it's just talking and listening to the learners. I can't give you the percentage of my school, but I know there are a lot of learners that they have no parents. They're living in a house by themselves and supporting themselves. Maybe a 15-year-old is supporting their brothers and younger brothers and sisters without a parent. And the kids are angry. And I think when they misbehave in class, I have to stop myself and not be angry at them. And just talking with them afterwards, I can understand where they're coming from. And then they see that there is an adult that doesn't care. There aren't many adults that care.
Yeah.
So I think that's where I can only start. And I found that the learners gravitate towards me because they see someone who will give them attention.
Yeah.
They're so starved of attention.
Yeah.
And right now that's the first thing I can do. And I think that's just what Jesus would do. He would sit and spend time with them.
Well, I can tell in your answer that already these people have had a deep impact in your life, and you care
Yes.
deeply for them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's neat to think about the ways that God has already prepared you for this work of building relationships and listening.
Mm-hmm.
You've spent your life doing that, and now you get to put that to practice across the globe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, one more question before you go.
Okay.
We aren't in Namibia, we're in Flint. But what would you say to us, the congregation of West Court, your home church? What would you say to us about being the hands and feet of Jesus, having extraordinary hands right where we are?
I would say that this makes me think about one of the things I had to wrestle with before. And when I was applying to Peace Corps and I was writing down all my so-called credentials, my experiences in volunteering, because Peace Corps wants to know how you volunteered. And when I was writing my resume and writing the application, I was realizing all the things I was going to have to leave. Because there's a lot of things that I like doing in Flint and volunteering, and or where I was at when I was studying in Houghton. But I would just say that what I've trusted God with is to take me where He wants me. And at this time in my life, it's in Namibia. And it's okay that I'm not in Flint. The work will continue. When I am back in Michigan or wherever the Lord takes me next, I will continue to be His hands and feet there. So I would say to the congregation, just be more like Jesus and think of really what He would do. Identify yourself with Jesus and you will see what He would have you do right where you are. And when my life brings me back to Flint, I will continue to be hands and feet of Jesus in Flint. But at this time of my life, when I'm in Namibia, I will be Jesus in Namibia. And wherever you are, if Jesus takes you out of Flint, be the hands and feet of Jesus wherever He takes you, and trust Him to be what am I trying to say now? Just identify with Jesus, and you'll see the work that he would do. You don't have to have an extraordinary vision or goal or project. I'm supposed to be doing projects, but I can see that only through the small things that aren't even all that small, just being Jesus is the main thing to do.
Oh, Laura, we love you so much. We're praying for you.
Thank you.
We are so proud of you. And we continue to pray that you will live the words you just spoke. That wherever you find yourself each day, you will be the hands and feet of Jesus to those who need it.
Yes. And I pray for you also, because you are all very dear to me as well.
We love you.
And I love you.
Do you know how to say goodbye in Afrikaans?
Well, the way they say, you could say, it's not really a straight goodbye. The way they say goodbye is tot ziens, which means until I see you again. So, tot ziens.
Tot ziens.